Joining me now from Riley Scott Custom Homes is Todd Scott. Todd, great to have you here today.
Good morning.
Now Todd, I know that you're building custom homes in Central Texas, but tell me a little bit more about the homes you're working on.
Well, every home I work on, every home I build for customers through Riley Scott Custom Homes is truly a custom home. Every one of them is very similar in the fact that they're all customs, but every one of them is drastically different. You're going to see we've got some homes we're going to look at that are all the way from southwestern Tuscan style Santa Fe all the way to almost Texas log home, hill country ranch style homes. But one thing is very common with these homes is that they're all 100% custom homes.
Right, well I think it's great that no matter what the price point or style is, you're really listening to their needs and building around that.
Right, I mean they could be 1,500 square feet, they can be 6,000 plus square feet. One thing is I enjoy working with each customer. Each home is a project, each home is a process, and putting these custom homes together to provide people, either it might be their first starter home, or in the case of this one, it's these people's dream home.
Right, well, I'm excited to take a look at some of your work today. Right now, we're sitting in one of your custom homes. Tell me a little bit more about what the customer was looking for here.
Well, this is a very unique house, very similar to most of the lots that we build on around the lake. They're very narrow lots, so you're automatically start off with something that has to be custom designed for these lots. And as you'll see from the outside, the second you pull up and look at this house, you can see that it is a custom home. From the hand-sawed sandstone material that's on the front of this house to the Egyptian limestone and onyx that's in the bathrooms. This house, as you can see, is a very open home, very built for the lake living approach.
Right, well it's a great looking home and you've really taken advantage of the views, and something you mentioned to me was that the customer had brought some pictures of a home they'd like and you were able to design and build that home for them.
Yes, this home was actually a show home down in Houston, and these folks were looking to move up to the Belton area to live here on Lake Belton, and they brought me their plans. They had a photo album full of photos of things they liked from different homes they wanted to do. Some of them were sketched out on napkins, some of them on note paper, and the example of the mantle, it was a picture they had found on the internet. So yeah, we started from the very beginning and took it kind of as a design on the fly process and put this house together.
I think it's great that if a customer brings a sketch on a napkin or a magazine clipping, you're really able to take their ideas and bring their dreams into reality.
Well, one thing I focus on at Riley Scott Homes is building what the customer wants. What they want is what they get. I don't charge for change orders. As we're going, if they decide they want to change, this is their dream home, so that's what we do.
Craftsmanship and quality are just a couple of reasons to call Jim's Granite. Jim's Granite pays special attention to detail, and because of the skill of their team, Jim's Granite is able to create a one-of-a-kind look in any home or business. Whether it's granite countertops, decorative backsplashes, or unique details for a room or fireplace, you'll get a masterpiece that is durable and beautiful. Jim's Granite can take your ideas and make them a reality. Call today for more information.
We chose Riley Scott Homes primarily because after interviewing virtually every major builder in the community, we found Todd Scott to be someone who was very customer oriented. He wanted to build the house that we wanted built. He had some ideas about how we might get that house, but it was our project from the get-go, and we were in the driver's seat in terms of what we wanted. And we really appreciated that after having a very bad experience with a builder who did not give us that kind of quality. I think that if there's anything that's important in building a house and spending that amount of money, it's to be in business, so to speak, with somebody that you can trust and that you can trust objectively. And so we had absolute confidence in Todd's integrity, and he never failed on that level. And so that was so very important to us. With regard to recommending Todd Scott and Riley Scott Homes, we would be very eager to do that. Again, not only because we care very much for Todd and have had such a positive experience, but we know that if we recommend Todd to our friends or acquaintances, they're going to get a good job done. And they're going to get a man of integrity, they're going to have a pleasant experience with this, and in the end, they're likely to be friends with Todd and to carry that relationship into the future.
Edwards Custom Cabinets offers true custom cabinets designed and built to fit each homeowner's lifestyle and needs. For over 20 years, the skilled and dedicated craftsmen at Edwards Custom Cabinets have been building and installing beautiful handmade cabinets that add beauty and value to each home. With professionalism and an unsurpassed attention to detail, RDS Trim Carpentry has been the team member for builders that want the best in interior finish work. RDS Trim Carpentry has over 20 years of experience and completes each job on time and on budget.
Well, I know the customers are very happy with how this home turned out, and you know what they were looking for was something more for entertaining and lake living, like you mentioned, and this open space here is a great example of that.
They came in, had an idea for this large bar space. You know, this is a big open room that takes advantage of these, you know, these 10-foot tall windows we have across the back. They wanted to have somewhere that they could get 8, 10, 12, 15 people around this bar to entertain on the weekends. As you can see, we have the, you know, the pool table in the corner there, the stairs that go up to the game room upstairs. And yeah, it is very much, I don't consider this a home, it's more of a lifestyle.
All right, well, it's a great looking space, it's very functional, but there's a lot of great selections here with the granite and the tile as well.
Right.
Another great example of that is that master suite.
Yeah, the master bathroom is impressive in this house. The gentleman who owns the house works for a tile company and has just unlimited access to some of the products that you don't see on a normal basis. Example of a grade 5 porcelain tile. You get in the bathroom and he's got hand-cut Egyptian limestone on the walls combined with sheets of onyx that we wrapped a double vault, a vaulted back and a vaulted ceiling, wrapped in the onyx, and then took and wrapped the tub. You know, none of that was designed when we started. We got to the point of doing the bathroom and we had 2 or 3 meetings and got together and figured out how to do it. And you know, I have the subcontractors. Another part of doing custom homes only is having the subcontractors that are capable of doing something like that.
Right, well, this home definitely highlights the talents of your contractors, but you know, talking about that master suite, that's also a great example of your flexibility, how you're able to change things throughout the process as well.
Right, yeah, like I said, a lot of the times I'm building a house, people really don't know exactly what they want. I have a list of subcontractors and suppliers that they work with from the very beginning. They meet with those people. It's taken me 5 years to find suppliers and subcontractors that share the same philosophy that I do, that they're truly going to look out for the customer's best interest and get them what they want. But yeah, a lot of it's design on the fly, and they go meet with them and they pick what they want, and we put it all together and make it work.
Well, you know, Todd, this is a great example of your work. It's a great looking home, but you know, you are building a variety of different styles, price points as well. Tell me a little bit more about some of the other projects you worked on.
I have homes that are anywhere from 1,800 square feet up to, I have one that's going to be starting at 6,800 square feet. I have one down the street that is a southwestern style. It's got you know, custom built 100-year-old beams in the ceilings, stone interior wall work, custom hickory cabinets to match that southwestern adobe look. You know, very southwestern. Versus you go a little further down the street and we have a Texas Hill Country style home that's, you know, all cedar beams on the interior, cedar beams on the porches, large vaulted porches with cedar exposed trusses. And you know, what it all boils back to is building what the customer wants.
Well, you're definitely building some great looking homes, but I think what also is important to mention, because of the processes you have in place and the contractors you're working with, you're also building great relationships with your customers as well.
Absolutely. As you can see, you know, we're using this house to film this show today. I can proudly say that in 5 years, 100% of the people I have built homes for are happy, to the point where I have, you know, codes to the security systems and keys to the doors, and with a day or two notice, I can use their home to show for an example. So, you know, if anybody is wanting to see examples of what we've done, I mean, in a few hours, I can take you to a Southwestern style, I can take you to a classic American style that's just brick, you know, a nice interior finish out, all the way up to the ultra luxury, you know, Texas style Hill Country home.
Advanced Foam Insulation is committed to providing affordable, healthy, and energy-efficient solutions to builders and homeowners. Spray foam is a great insulation for sealing your home from air and moisture intrusion, reducing utility costs by up to 60%, providing noise reduction, and improving indoor air quality. In addition, most homeowners recoup the cost in as little as 3 to 4 years. The professionals at Advanced Foam Insulation are experts in the field and have extensive training and experience in designing solutions for both residential and commercial projects. Call them today.
He and I have worked together in the hospital initially when I first came here to Scott and Wyatt and Temple, and got to know him and his wife, and became very good friends. And then as he launched his venture several years ago, we kind of always talked about, you know, the possibility of building a home with him, and then whenever it came time for us to do that, we started talking to him about it, and really were pleased with how he had everything set up, and he was very flexible, and I have a kind of a crazy schedule. My work hours can be a little bit weird, and so meeting with the architect and things like that could often run meetings late at night or different odd times of the day. And Todd was, he understood that because he'd kind of been there with me in the past, and so I thought there was a good working relationship. I think the thing that sticks out most about Todd is his attention to detail. I mean, everything that he does, he puts a lot of time and effort into it. From the beginning when we were drawing up plans, he would meet us every single time with the architect. And that may not be true for all of his houses, but for our house in particular, and some of the more complex ones he does, he spends a lot of time there with the architect, making sure that every single detail is just right, and that the language that we're speaking is understood by the architect, because sometimes we're a little bit different. And then other examples are just like whenever, before the foundation's poured, he goes out and does all the measurements himself. He's just meticulous, and throughout the entire process of the building, and whether there's small errors here or there, he catches them as we go, and there's no looking back and seeing something big you have to go back and fix. He's just been on top of everything. The other thing I would mention is that I just noticed that he's the quality of the material he uses, the quality of the crews he uses is much higher than the average around here. And I've spent a lot of time looking at other houses and speaking with some other builders, and Todd's reputation and the way he does those things is just superb. I've recommended him to several people, and there's some other friends of mine that are building in the same neighborhood, and I've recommended him to them every single time.
Owens Corning is a leading global producer of residential and commercial building materials, glass fiber reinforcements, and engineered materials for composite systems. The Owens Corning brand and its full line of pink insulation products has long been synonymous with trusted performance, and today the company has become a leading home building products company. The use of these products is sure to make your home more energy efficient, helping you save money on your monthly utility bills. Learn more about Owens Corning products by going to www.owenscorning.com or speak with a representative today.
Well, Todd, you definitely are building a variety of different homes, and if somebody out there is interested in building with you, how are they going to reach you?
Well, they can look at the website and get our contact information, or just give us a call and give me a call, and I'll be happy to meet with them and help them either work with their plans or get some new plans started.
Okay. Well, Todd, I've really enjoyed taking a look at your work today, learning a bit more about the company as well. I want to thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.